everybody. Welcome back for this week's episode of Paws and Claws. I'm Jess. I will be your guide. You might see me down in the chat as Angry Nerd Girl. And thank you so much for joining us. Without much further ado, let's meet our wonderful cats and dogs, starting with Honey and Dice.
Hello, I'm Honey and Dice, and I play the magnificent Minister of Music, Miss Eartha Kitty.
Lynn Meyer.
Hello, everybody. I am Lynn, and I play Baguette, our corgi shepherd who is just trying to stay a good dog.
Alan Johnson.
Well, hi, I'm Alan Johnson, and I play Grimly Greyhound, the lovable scamp with anxiety.
Alan Engelson.
Hello, I'm Alan Engelson, and I am playing Mr. Tibbles.
Cameron Blair.
Bonsoir, my name is Cameron Blair, and I am playing Jean-Pierre Cachet as a truly revolutionary cat.
Omega Jones, CP, the Critical Bard.
Hello, that was a long name. I am the Critical Bard. I am playing the mysterious Oracle, Vincent Jacko.
Yeah. All right. Who would like to tell us what happened previously on Paws and Claws, Lost Tales of Pugmire?
So what Jess didn't say is literally 5 minutes ago, she said I was doing it because I made a comment. So it's time for me to put on the uncle hat. So previously on Pugmire, basically we had started back up with the fight because, you know, we were dealing with some goat spiders and spider goats and other things, and it's really a lot. But basically we finished off pretty quickly. Vincent destroyed one with his dolls. Eartha cast fear on another one, causing it to run. And then I think the last goat, JP hit it and Vincent finished it off with some touching. Grimly chatted with one of the pirates who kept one of the spider goats as a prize because that's gross. But, you know, I'm not going to judge them for what they do. JP opened up the really, really awesome chest with a really good skill check. But neither Vincent or JP could lift it because we don't excel in strength. But little Tibbles came over and lifted it like it was nothing. Yeah. So just heaved that, got off. It had a lot of plastic in it, but there was something else inside. We got back to the ship, and, you know, Captain Saw called like, what you got? You want to split that? And Eartha, JP, and Vincent were basically like, LOL, no. But JP went a little far with that in his own little way, and now he's basically on the captain's shit list. But, you know, what list is JP not on at this point? And does he actually care? We all decided to get some dinner and go to Eartha's to chill and eat and figure out what's going on with the chest. JP actually showed a soft side as he apologized to Tibbles about, you know, his actions. And unbeknownst to JP, Tibbles erased JP's name from his list. We don't know what that means, but that's what happened. Vincent and Grimly all came in to Eartha's place, JP being a hot mess and sliding in after. Inside the chest, we found, again, a lot of plastic, but we also saw a saber sheathed in a scabbard, and we were like, what is this? And JP, with his, you know, really cool thievery, trickery skills, discovers that the chest had a false bottom, finds a telescope, the pearlescent telescope to be exact, and the saber is called the Saber of Writhing Eels. We were like, what is this? And people started to look through the telescope, specifically Grimly first. And Grimly saw an image, some scenery, but what was important is that once Grimly took his eyes off of it, he couldn't remember what he saw. So there's some confusion about that. Eartha, with her ways of knowing and knowledge, realized and remembered that some birds and lizards have thought about what this thing could be, but no one still really knows. We tried to see if Major could look in it, because Major's technically a spirit and not a dog or a cat. Same thing, still struggled. But we all got an advantage on our next D20 roll.
Nice.
So that's good to know. JP kept the saber. Also notice the saber will give advantage on the first charisma roll to interact with someone at any time. So if he interacts with me and tries to persuade me, whatever, he has advantage. But after that, he don't got shit. And yeah, we just kind of bonded. Some people opened up a little bit. Some people are their normal selves. And that's where we basically ended it, if I am correct.
You forgot
I forgot one thing.
when Mr. Tibbles rolled up on the captain with that box, and he's like, "Here's your box," and she got a little sassy, and she's like, "Oh, you got some money," and she's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Don't come get my money," and she's like, "I might get your money. You sleep." And then Mr. Tibbles was like, "You come get my money, we gonna have a problem. Your boat's gonna become my boat." And then slid over that chest, which had been trapped by our resident JP, and then Mr. Tibbles just swaggered off. So, hands down, he had that big cat energy. He just went from tiny cat to I'm the king of the jungle.
Yeah, Tibbles came for the captain real quick.
And yes.
All right. A fortune is added to the bowl for that excellent combined recap.
Thank God.
And another important thing of note, what Major and what Grimly saw in the telescope was not the same thing.
Yes.
Although they didn't really know that to discuss it.
Exactly. So we don't know what that means at all and why they would be different, and if it's showing us visions, if it's something that's more of a oracle-like, not oracle as in me, but oracle as in, what the hell? There we go. Item, but it does something.
It does something.
Definitely does something.
Stop it. It keeps moving my eyes.
Your creepy eyes?
See, stop it. It's because of the reflection.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
So you can either see and wear glasses, or you can have creepy eyes. You have to decide.
Creepy eyes.
I think bad vision isn't creepy eyes. It's just bad eyes.
It's never done this before, so I don't like it.
All right. So first I'll ask, because Lynn, you weren't here last time.
Right.
What would Baguette like to do with any of this treasure? Would you like to look through the telescope, or would you just Eartha had advised everybody, like, this is going to mess with your brain, put this, like, let's not deal with this. And they all kind of agreed to do that. But I want to give you a chance to interact with it if you would like to.
Right. I don't think she would necessarily look through it, but I think she would try to study it and figure it out. See if she can glean anything else about it.
Okay.
Has she heard anything? Does she know anything? Can she figure anything out by, anything short of actually looking through it?
Okay.
So
I will, I'll tell you, pretty much from studying it, after a little bit, it's got like a beautiful pearl handle, and this seems ancient and pretty wonderful. What you can tell is pretty much the same thing that Eartha got from it. There are no written records of this, because anything that anyone writes about it, the written accounts dissolve into gibberish as soon as they're done looking through it. So even if a dog or cat like writes something down as they're looking through it, it changes. Everyone sees something different. The birds and the lizards in particular seem drawn to it. Lizards believe that it depicts their ancestral home, which they've been wandering far from. Birds believe it depicts basically bird heaven. But sometimes it shows visions of, well, you don't know yet. But it's not always a location.
Okay. She'll leave that off to the side for now and contemplate the wisdom of peeking through it.
Okay.
But she's not going to do that right now because she's not so sure.
So you've all been traveling after getting this treasure for quite some time. Despite Jean-Pierre's interaction with the captain, You're still being fed. You're being well cared for. The spider goats are being well tended. You are served spider goat milk with your meal, and you hear some of the crew talking excitedly about making cheese. And after a little bit, you start to pick up on some anxiousness in the crew. The seas start getting choppier. And you get into an area, the weather's not so nice anymore. It's harder to see. It's not stormy, but it's very misty, and it's kind of started to make the mood a little bit more ominous. The crew's still going about their business, but not as enthusiastically as they were when you first started the journey. And even the spider goats you've acquired, who were like running up and down the mast, hanging out in the crow's nest with Jean-Pierre, if he would let them. Scraffles would certainly play with them, but they would run all along the sails, are kind of just milling around on the deck, not running up and down and frolicking as much as they were before. Everybody seems to just be kind of moving listlessly through their daily tasks.
So you said the weather's getting a little choppy and stuff, but like, this is a pirate crew, so weather shouldn't be that much of a problem. Not to this point, like not to this level. Is there something else going on?
No one's falling overboard.
No,
but it's been unpleasant weather for a while at this point.
Okay, I guess that's what I was asking. I'm like, because again, pirates don't always travel through clear skies. So,
right.
Is this I don't like this weather and I'm over it feeling, or is this a different feeling?
Roll me an insight or perception check, your choice.
Both should be the same for me. That's a 19.
Nice.
It seems like they're uneasy. The weather it's not abnormally bad, but it's been not great for a prolonged period of time. Like before, you would have a day or two of a storm. This has been, oh my gosh, thank you for subscribing, Leisha.
Oh, thank you.
This has been going on like a week of not seeing the sun, and also there's kind of a pervasive feeling of dread.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Like sometimes, even in the midst of a bad storm, you'll still get like a little bit of sunshine and you're like, it stopped rocking for a little bit. This has not been that. This is just kind of constant gross. And it's that humidity muck feeling where like it might rain, but it hasn't yet, and it's just sticky. The birds are struggling to fly. You just feel like your fur is just damp.
Pleasant.
The lizards don't mind so much.
Well, I think seeing that, Baguette might see if the more artistically talented among our group would, be willing to maybe try to sing a song or do something to lighten the mood, But then secretly she's wondering if it's time to get our lantern out and take a peek at some stuff.
I was actually just saying, like, this might be a good time for us to get that lantern of ours ready. We're already dealing with heavy mist and the like.
Yeah. And remind me what the lantern does again? Jen?
Well, it's supposed to be our big, fancy, spooky sea lantern that's going to help guide us to the island, which, considering all the wrecked ships that are supposed to be around the island.
It's supposed to part the fog.
Right. So
Compass leads us to the island. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just to say, it seems like the fog is starting to maybe be building. That's what she's thinking, and sounds like some of us are thinking. So maybe time to get that from whoever has it. I don't remember.
Grimly had it in his room, I think, right?
Yeah, Grimly's been lugging it around, so.
Is it like a one-use type thing, or is it just a?
I don't believe so. No, I think it's like a big ship lantern.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was
yeah.
making sure it could,
Mhm.
for some reason I remember talking about it. It was feeling like should we use it at a certain time or we gotta conserve it? But if that's not the case, then it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, so I think once like we get maybe the second or third day of this, there's also a compass. It's true. Once you get like the second, third day of this, that's probably when Grimly's gonna haul it up from his room and be like, whoever's on deck's like, I think we should maybe dangle this out in front of the ship just in case, preemptive. Which I don't know how much of a hassle it is to actually do that, but
So it's fairly heavy, but Grimly, you're strong.
yes.
And the lizard quartermaster kind of comes over to you to inspect it. Says, well, we have a light. Is this one better? Is it different?
It is a magical lantern. It will clear all obstacles in front of us, So,
It
best
clears
to
them all?
Well,
the fog.
Oh.
debatably the easiest of obstacle to clear, but still very important.
And they kind of look at it and then look up at their own ship light and say, so, do we replace our light? They're different shapes. And you notice that their light is like kind of an oval light, and the one that you have is like a big rectangle. So the spot that theirs is in might not hold yours.
So, since this lantern clears the fog, and we need the fog cleared in front of the boat, we may want to find a place in the front of the boat to put it, not up high.
Oh.
I'm just gonna look around. Like, is there any decent place to hang it from? We could just pop that right there. Perfect.
So there is, the ship is called the Mermistress.
Mhm.
And in front there is a massive masthead. And it is shaped like a very, I'm gonna say like a chunky dog with a fishtail and very floppy ears.
Fantastic.
And you could, if you wanted to, if you got a heavy chain, put it around her as a necklace.
I feel like that would be dangerous. That the acid would eat through this chain, and then we would lose the lantern, and then we would all crash and die.
Yeah, that sounds really bad.
So we may want to find a place for this lantern, on the deck, or not near the water.
Well, how easily can acid eat through a chain? It's metal, mostly.
We have spider goat thread, if you want to use that.
Ooh.
It's good enough for sails.
I'm just gonna look at this quartermaster for a second and be like, "Wow, you guys really weren't getting along well until we got those spider goats, huh?"
So how did you get your job? Did you just, say you can count things and now you're a quartermaster?
At that, they kind of shrink into their shell a little bit,
Oh.
Oof.
and you just see like a nose and little hands peeking out of the sides.
Oh.
So tell me, Monsieur, what the first thing that comes to your mind, your gut? Where should we put this lantern? You are the expert here, and I am curious to see what you think.
You hear an echo from behind, inside the shell. don't know.
Jean-Pierre will kind of lean into the shell. It's the first idea that comes to your mind. That's all I want to know.
I think the mermistress could hold it like a baby.
How old are you, monster?
112.
Ah, well, thank you for your input. It is very valuable. Jean-Pierre will stand up, take his head out of the shell, and look to Grimly and says, "We should find a place to put this on the deck, away from the water. We don't want to risk this falling into this acid water."
Right, okay. Deck it is. Maybe try to dangle it up off the point up to where he's been staying. I mean, maybe just hook it up there.
We don't know how this magic works. I get Vincent Ursa. Can you tell how this magic works?
I don't think Vincent's there.
Wow, you are.
Jean-Pierre's just looking around, like saying names of the people he knows does magic, because he's just like,
Please, spirits of my friends, hear me.
Well, guide, what would we know about this magically?
Nobody's really investigated it yet, have you?
No, we haven't.
Not a lot.
But that gets like, well, I'm already investigating weird telescopes, so, or whatever, so.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check on it.
How's a 30?
You have
Damn.
failed, Baguette. I'd say that'll do it. Yeah, there's something. It's made out of sea glass.
Okay.
And while it's not plastic, something tells you that this is magical in a way that it might resist acid damage, at least up to a point.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, well, good news. It seems at least somewhat resilient around acid, so it's not as susceptible as other things would be, even though it's glass. It's sea glass. But I think part of its magic is to make it safer around this watery hellhole.
So it will resist acid water.
Yeah, it's not completely, invulnerable, but it's a little bit better able to handle it than other things would be.
Well, that's a good sign, at least.
Yeah.
Why don't we just put it up near the front of the ship for now? And then once the mist gets heavier, we can just hook it up for when we need it.
Seems fair. I would say if the weather gets it all, well, we might still want to tether it just so it can't fall overboard. Just as an FYI, in case storms come up or something. But that would just be my advice.
Yeah,
I think that sounds like a good idea. We can tie it up near this long pointy thing that is sticking out from the front of the ship, and just have it sitting there and pointing the light in front of us.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can hook this sucker up then.
Do it.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
My hands ain't that
That's
slight.
not in this game. Hey.
I was about to say, what?
That's not in this game. I'm just making up lies, apparently. Give me a dexterity check. Just straight dexterity to tie a knot.
Ah, thank God. That I have. Okay, yeah, 20.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. You have tied an excellent knot.
I was in the Pug Scouts.
Aw, I can tell.
Fuck off.
Grimly. And as soon as the lantern is in position, it starts to glow. And there's kind of an eerie teal blue glow that emanates from it. And you see the mist in the area around it recede just
Ooh.
slightly.
Working
Nice.
as intended.
It's sitting on the deck, right? It's not like raised or anything.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So, and you can see since there's like, why did I almost say a handle? You know, the part that you can like lean on at the front of the ship, like a handle.
Railing.
Like a
Right.
railing?
Like a railing.
Yeah.
The part that goes all around the ship?
Yeah, like that. At that
Okay.
part, it kind of splits because that's where the light stops. So there's still mist. But at the other places, the mist has receded.
I'm going to say when Grimly sees this, just stares for a second, just lifts the lantern up like a little bit, and back down.
And you see it like moving in like weird chunk sections like that.
Ooh. All right, that's kind of freaky.
Interesting.
Almost as if the mist is uncomfortable. If you could personify mist.
Okay.
If you're going to anthropomorphize mist, it does not like the feeling of the light coming from this lantern.
Well, fuck you, Mist.
It's just Ravenloft in a nutshell. Sorry, wrong IP. Well, I don't want to make the mist uncomfortable, so I'm just going to put that back down. I'm going to go get one of our more magically inclined people to make sure that this is like working as intended. I don't know whose room is first down in our cabins, but
I know Earthos was always the last room, apparently. So, where was everybody sleeping? What's your bunking order?
Oh gosh.
Good question. What is and
There's
how many rooms are there?
You were doubled up. I know Jean-Pierre was sleeping in the crow's nest, I believe. We're just hanging out there all the time.
Just hanging out there all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
well, I'm just going to go to Vincent's room because if between Vincent and the others, he seems like he might know more about mist magic. There's no real correlation there, but so I'm just going to go to Vincent's door and knock and just be like, "Hey, Vincent, we set up the lantern that's supposed to cut through all the fog and mist, but can you maybe take a look at it, make sure it's working all right? I don't really do this."
The door opens because it was Major. Major just
"Oh, hey, Major, how's it going?"
no, your Major just my apologies. You need to do what?
"Well, we got the big lantern set up outside to cut through the mist to get to the island.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure it's working all right, and I don't really do magical things of a magical nature."
Do you want me to come see, or are you looking for validation?
"Yes."
He will get up, put his cloak back on, just kind of walk out, stop, look at Grimly. Actually, it's more like here, a little bit taller, but not as much. Just, and we'll go to the front of the ship.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna follow him up.
Yeah, you see this lantern, and the mist right in front of it has receded. Not around it or behind it, but the mist in front has receded. And now some of the crew is kind of peering around and testing out, like putting their paws in front of the lantern to see what happens.
Oh gosh.
Vincent, seeing the crew, would like snap at him, like, and just give him that look of "do not." And then he would turn it back around to Grimly. "I have a question for you. This is going to sound demeaning, but I promise you it's not.
I'm
Your
used
eyes
to it.
do-
Hit me.
Your eyes do work, yes?
Last I checked, yeah.
And you can see that where the light is shining, the fog is parting, yes?
Seems to be, except in the middle there, but that's, yeah.
Exactly. So I would infer, and hopefully you would infer too, that it is indeed working.
Right, good. Thank you for the validation and making sure, Vincent.
You're welcome. I will look back out though, just to make sure. Less to like prove my own self right, but more so just I know that it's shining in a certain spot, and where it's touching it's parted. Can I see how far it's parting? Just try to get more details of how much like we can actually see past before it comes back. You know, like how strong is this thing?
Yeah, it seems to be parting mist out to about, let's see, given the speed of the boat, about 150 feet.
Okay, cool.
It's actually pretty decent.
Yeah, that's not bad. He will nod, look at that, and turn back around. Is there anything else you might need me for? Perhaps to test out? I don't know. I actually don't know what you might need me for, so I'm just preemptively asking just in case something idiotic comes out of your mouth.
You know what? I appreciate it. I think I'm all dry for now on idiotic things. I'm gonna go downstairs to the mess and get myself a sandwich. So I'm just gonna trail off and pad off downstairs. Like, all right,
Grimly,
yeah.
your idiocy isn't a bad thing. It makes you you.
I
Thank you.
don't think that is as complimentary as you think it is, Vincent.
Just gonna like
It
pause for
probably
another
isn't.
second and just go downstairs. Like, gonna think about that one.
Yeah, he gets like say JP. It probably isn't.
Oh, buddy.
Grimly,
Oh.
my precious cinnamon bun. No.
It's okay. He brought this on himself.
Vincent, how long have you been alone?
Long enough.
I see. Do you know why you have been alone?
If you ask someone why they've been alone, they will make up plenty of excuses as to why, but the truth is no one knows why they're alone. They just are.
Well, I have an answer to that. Considering the person, the dog that you are, I think that is a bunch of bullshit. I think you know very well.
Please enlighten me,
think-
JP. And he steps forward.
That
Why
is
do you
why
think I'm alone?
I don't know. That is why I asked you, because I was curious. And I do
Well-
not know as many things as you do, as it seems. I think it might be value for you to, as many in this group have requested me, to reflect on some things.
And what exactly should I reflect upon? My brashness, my ability to say things people don't like to hear, my ability to see what man requests of me, my ability to just be who I am. What would you like me to reflect upon, Jean-Pierre Cachet?
Well, I think it would be valuable for you to reflect on why you've been alone for so long. And maybe
Okay.
all those things that you just said play a part in one way or another.
He takes
But-
another step forward. I do not.
I think your honesty, although valuable in many situations, can sometimes hurt others. Knowing when to say something, when to shut the fuck up, is a valuable skill to have.
You're not wrong in that statement. But I will say there's a difference between you and me. And this may come across as too honest or too brash, but I quite literally do not care what people think of me when I speak. I did not join this group to be a friend, and actually, when I tried to open up, it would seem that others had more to say. So when I will choose to be more polite and more honest, or more, how you say, quiet or shut the fuck up, I will. But until then, I will do what I do, as you do what you will gladly do.
Very well. Just be careful which bear you poke, because there may not be anyone to fish you out of the acid water if you continue the way you just did with Grimly.
And be careful whom you decide to anger. For I know that cats supposedly have 9 lives. Man lived longer, and they're dead.
I have no illusions that I live forever. I know I will die, and I welcome it when it comes. But this has not been me threatening you, unfortunately. This has truly been me trying to warn you of Grimly's terrifying abilities. That he sometimes forgets when he is normal and calm. And
I have a
just be
question for
careful.
you, actually.
Be my guest.
You seem to infer a lot about others' feelings. Why is that?
It is fun for me.
It's fun for you to guess what others might actually feel. So this entire conversation actually doesn't mean anything because you don't know exactly what Grimly might feel about me, correct? Good to know. So I'll reflect your words back onto you like a mirror. Be careful what bear you poke.
Oh, I was going to poke your bear's tummy before I left, but I guess I'll do that another time then.
He would rather snuggle than be poked, but good to know.
See, that one was charming, you know? I feel like you are just this close from opening up whenever we speak to you. It's just you intimidate the others. And it's hard, you know? I understand being alone. It is not easy. And it can be intimidating in its own right. That you try to open up and no one seems to realize it, but everyone is so used to you being quiet or only having your 1 or 2 pieces to say.
Sometimes there's a lot more than that.
It's true. But
Sometimes
I am only
what
operating
you-
under the information that I have. Forgive me. Go ahead.
Merely stating that sometimes what you do and how long you have done it have changed who you are, for better or for worse. I have accepted my part. I do not ask to be with people. I just so happen to be with a group who doesn't know when to not poke and get into my mind. And for some reason, I'm letting you do it.
For my
Why not?
I will figure it
edification,
out soon.
where are you having this conversation?
Oh God!
He's telling me it's
deck.
still in front of all the crew.
Probably on the deck. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably on the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crowded around with popcorn, like, damn.
So you now have an audience of otters, frogs, that one turtle who has receded entirely into his shell at this point and is just kind of rolling around on the deck.
Oh.
And a few rats who are just sitting like crisscross applesauce, staring all up at you in a circle. and they have started to pass around like little bags of candy.
Oh,
It would seem we have an audience. I say all that to say, I do thank you for your friendship. And no, I don't have every answer.
Oh, I know.
I do have a lot, but not everything.
It is good that you know that. And I am excited to see the things that you do not know. And that you
Trust
can
me.
reach to us for help. Because we will help you.
When the time comes, so be it. I'm going to meditate. You enjoy the rest of your time, Jean-Pierre.
Oh, I will.
And make sure Grimly knows that there is nothing wrong with the lantern. It is perfectly fine.
I will make sure. And Jean-Pierre will go off to try and find Grimly and then tell Grimly that the lantern's just fine. Don't worry about it.
Vincent, before you go, could you give me a strength saving throw, please?
Okay. Checking your thing. What does that do? Un momento, por favor. I guess I'm just making sure a trick doesn't change anything for that. I don't think
Okay.
so. But just okay, no.
Oh, Dex. Actually, dexterity saving throw. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, that's much better. Thanks. Okay, let's use this one. That is math plus 3. That's 15.
Okay. So you and Jean-Pierre both see one of the spider goats come like barreling down towards you to leap on top of you and just steers away, or you actually dodge at the last minute as it's about to pounce on top of you. And then it just kind of looks at you and starts to move its head from side to side and do like a this with its paws. And one of the frogs just goes, "Bumper, no!" and runs to get the goat.
Please control your multi-animals.
Bumper just doesn't like tension.
Attention.
We are literally in the middle of a maelstrom of sorts.
He goes, "Yeah, come on, old girl." And you see the spider goat just kind of like skitter, and a little bit of webbing comes out behind the goat. And it just goes like, meh, walking away, being led by the frog.
I'm going
Tension?
to go now.
Let's take tension.
So what's going on with everybody else while that was going on up top?
well, I think Beckett's feeling a combination of curious and antsy as we get closer to our destination. So at some point she would like to find Grimly because I think she thinks that he has the compass. So she's curious about just that, like, okay, the lantern is part of it. She's looking for more information. So she's going to find Grimly. That's her plan. Anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, Grimly's down where he said he would be, which is to say in the mess.
Hey, Grimly.
Oh, hey. What's up, Big
Just, she pulls up a chair and just kind of sits by him, just thinking about things. Do you have the compass by any chance?
I'm going to be honest, son, I had a character note. I don't remember if I have the compass or someone. I think, okay, yeah. Yeah, Cam
Okay.
has the compass.
Okay.
No. I think either Jean-Pierre or Eartha has it.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember JP having it, but Eartha is always the more responsible one, so.
Okay. I can't keep track. My mind is elsewhere. So, how are you? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just, eating my feelings.
You want to talk about it? She's putting on her shepherd, aspect. I'm all ears, and she wiggles her ears.
I get it. I'm okay. We went and got the lantern set up to cut through the fog, and Vincent came and checked it, and he was just, being Vincent.
Okay. What exactly does that mean in this case?
Blunt. Not in a bad way, just in a... What's the word I'm looking for? Vincent way? You know what I mean.
He can be very direct. Among other things. I don't know what he said or what happened, but he's used to traveling by himself, So I think maybe take whatever he said and the way he said it with a grain of salt.
It's okay. I know what he meant.
Well, we're all a team, and sometimes we don't express it very well to each other, but we all love each other. You know that, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that he's here. I'm glad they're all here. I mean, Vincent can do some pretty wild stuff. I'm still the bears still get a little weird to me, but it's cool.
Yeah, I feel the same.
And I mean, JP, he can do all sorts of stuff. It's like Snowball, but ×2. Also the murder, and I'm not super cool with that, but
right. Well,
but
you can also do really amazing things. You know that.
I've gotten pretty good at hitting things.
Well,
and I'm still better at sewing than I think everyone else. Maybe not Eartha. I haven't seen her do anything, but she wears really nice stuff.
You help keep us safe. You have a wonderfully pure heart. You're a good dog. And I'm really glad to know you and call you my friend.
Well, thanks, Baguette. Do you want a sandwich? I made 7. I probably can't do that many, but
I think I may take a half of one to go see if I can find that compass, if it's okay.
Yeah, feel free. Honestly, the quartermaster didn't even stop me. I don't think he's going to be talking for a while.
Oh, well, thank you. And she just comes up and just gives Grimly a hug. No snuggle.
And I hug her back, and I just eat my sandwich over her shoulder
I'd expect nothing less. And I'm going to go see if Eartha or JP has the compass.
So what are Eartha and Mr. Tibbles up to?
Mr. Tibbles is currently in his room. Since you said that this storm has been going on for quite a while now, and this fog and everything, he at this point does not necessarily feel 100% comfortable wearing his armor all the time. So his armor is off, and he is literally just doing workouts in his room.
I'm just imagining Mr. Tibbles is the teeny tiniest Uncle Iroh right now. Getting super buff in jail.
I love that. I love that so much. But yeah, if this continues for another few days, he'll probably ask to have a sparring match against Grimly.
Oh my god.
It won't end well for him, but
All right. And Mr. Tibbles, do you get seasick? I'm just curious.
I'm actually just going to roll for that because I'm
Okay.
not sure. Yes.
Aww.
Yes. 100% yes.
So you're not having a good time while you're
Nope.
working out.
Nope, but that's okay.
Okay. So this is tough times for Tibbles.
Tough times for Tibbles.
Okay. What about Eartha? What are you up to?
Just staying in her cabin since the storm started. She does not come out. Just comfortably sprawled, reading, scribbling things down, going over whatever maps she can find over and over again, and just writing out stuff. And it looks like music, but that's just how she takes her notes. And occasionally you hear her humming, and anyone within that's close to her or rooms with her or whatever will have the benefit of a calm emotion. She throws that out, every, now and then, especially before people bed down. She'll come out into the hall and sing, and then go back to her cabin. So most people have not seen her in days.
So it's not raining. It's just that like heavy, gross human mist. So it would actually, Eartha, your fur is probably jacked up right now.
Do you understand what fur does in humidity? So
your fur is like curled.
Yes. So she just every day brush, dry. She will have written out a couple of like nursery rhymes, like childhood nursery rhymes back from the monarchies, and slip them under Mr. Tibble's door so he can practice some primal screams, like a twinkle, twinkle, little star.
You will probably hear him saying those while he's working out.
Yeah. You'll just hear, whatever heavy metal version of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star exists in a tiny Mr. Tibble's voice, or rap, whatever it is. She just occasionally will leave a little note. She does leave notes outside her door for each person to let them know that she's okay. Things like remember to eat. Also, something like JP, behave, just, or please do not get us thrown off the boat, or please do not make me have to kill the captain. Just and whenever all of this is kind of escalating, her door will be cracked just slightly open to show that she's open for anyone coming to see her. But she's just been chilling and grooming and chilling and grooming since the weather went bad.
I'm just imagining Eartha having like those dorm room whiteboards like on her wall and just like occasionally changing the note. All right, so Baguette, who are you going to look for first? Would you go to Eartha or would you go to Jean-Pierre?
She's really trying to remember who has it, and she thinks it's JP.
Okay.
So, and she knows that Eartha's been stressed, so she doesn't want to disturb Eartha unless she needs to, because she's like, that poor dear needs her, quietude, and doesn't need to think about unpleasant things like what that compass leads to right now. So I'll start with JP.
Okay. So it doesn't take long to find him. You know where he is, and you see Vincent probably leaving, exiting pursued by Spider Goat. As Jean-Pierre is on deck, and you see several pirates kind of just stand up like, "Aw, putting snacks back into their pockets and starting to go back to their business.
The next time this happens, I will charge ticket prices for all of you. If you want to be a peanut gallery again, you can either pay me or I will shoot you. Weem?
Walk up to JP. Did I miss something with a spider goat?
It's charged at Vincent. We had a very heated debate about his emotional state and how he treats Grimly.
Oh, that's, yeah. Grimly's eating his feelings right now with a pile of sandwiches. She kind of holds up the half sandwich that she brought with her. I mean, they're good, but he probably shouldn't have 7.
Well, it's his size. You never know.
Yeah. He's a sweetheart, though. I'm sure it'll be fine. How is everything? How is Vincent? How are you? Is everything okay after all that?
I am fine. Vincent is not the most difficult emotional being I have dealt with. Poked and prodded in the right ways. He'll open up his shell eventually. But no, I am fine. I want to get off this fucking ocean.
That's actually what I've been thinking about. I was curious how close we are, and it made me remember the compass. I see the lantern is up.
Grimly and I saw to the lantern. The compass, JP will take out the compass and look at it. And I tried to give this to the captain, but she said no. So I am the navigator, as it is now. So I look at the compass. What is it? What's it got? What's it showing me?
At this point, the compass is kind of spinning. And as
that doesn't look comforting.
No.
As
you are talking about it, though, it slows down.
Compass in my paw. Point me to this really dumb island.
Okay, in spite of herself, she has to laugh at that. That just took her off guard. Yeah.
It starts to slow down and do almost like this before spinning rapidly. Almost like the compass is taunting you.
You fucking piece of magic. Compass in my paw. Please take me to this magical island that is forbidden by ships and other things. Give me 1 second. I gotta fix my light.
Does Baguette have any idea what the hell is going on with this compass?
Have you investigated the compass at all, or did you just kind of let Jean-Pierre take it?
I think Jean-Pierre had it, but she's definitely gonna check it out now.
Okay.
Because she's like, you know what? Yeah, we're getting close. I gotta figure out what's the story with this.
Why don't you give me an Arcana check on that compass?
Sure.
Then? That sounds.
That is.
Like it might help.
That's a 26.
Hey, that sounds like it might be helpful to you. I'm trying to find my compass notes, actually, and all I can find are funny quotes that you all have said that I have written down. So that's amusing to me, but not terribly helpful right now, because I know exactly what it does, but I was trying to figure out what I'm telling you it does. I mean, it does exactly the thing that I'll tell you. So you got a 26?
Yes.
Okay. So you know that there's not a magical phrase with this compass. But the compass is attuned to your thoughts and your belief.
Oh, okay.
So,
I
sassing the
think I know how
compass
this works.
is not a great way to read the compass.
I am not sassing the compass. I am sassing existence. There is a difference.
fair.
Baguette will reach out her paw and just say, "Can I try it? I think I know what to do."
All right, what do you... Oh, well, first, do you give it up, Jump here?
Yeah, and jump here while I know her.
Okay. So she's gonna hold it, and she's going to concentrate and think about her destination, where we want to go.
What do you
As she's just holding the compass and looking at it.
What do you imagine?
Like just arriving on the shore, based on the descriptions that we had been given,
Okay.
like making it safely there, stepping onto the island, that kind of thing.
Cool. The compass does a spin and starts to vibrate in your hand, and it's tingly and kind of hard to hold on to.
Oh, that tickles.
And
Why is it working for you? You did not say a rhyme.
She's just maintaining her concentration.
And suddenly it stops. And it's pointing to the northwest of where you're going.
That's where we got to go. That way.
Well, I welcome you to tell the captain. She is not a big fan of me.
Okay, so I'm gonna hand it back to JP and explain. It's somehow linked. It attunes to what you're thinking about. So I was thinking about our destination and just kind of describe all that. It's not what you say, but it's what you're thinking.
Well, so JP will test it out and think about this island and succeeding on working with the unseen and everything and see where it points.
You feel that same vibration, and it's hard to hold on to. It's almost like static shock in your hands, almost kind of painful, and it points in the same direction, northwest.
Very good. JP will start walking around the boat on the deck that he's on and start thinking a bit about things. I want to keep this quiet, so I'm sending you a message, Jess.
Okay.
But first, he'll think about think about the closest spider goat and test it out and see if it points to the spider goat. And then the thing
it points to the spider goat.
Okay. Then the thing I sent you.
The compass, instead of tingling at that point, feels very warm. Almost hot. And then you get that same static shock feeling.
Okay, and it points where I think it will?
It points where you think it will.
Okay. Then, actually, no, that's it. Satisfied with his answers and what it would do, Jean-Pierre goes up to the captain and thinks about the island and does the same thing and says, we have to go this way.
Are you the captain now?
No, but I am the navigator for this particular mission, like we discussed earlier. And I have the magical compass that tells us where this mysterious island is. So, if you want to get to this island and complete this job, get us off your ship, and not sink, you should go this direction. Huh?
I think Baguette was going to try to find the captain and probably walks up on this scene. Like, how do I help? I don't know, incline the captain to not like ignore all of this or just like, how do I help the situation? That's what she's thinking. So she's just on hand in case.
Okay.
Because she can see that, okay, she really wants to get to the island.
Yeah. So the captain kind of looks at Baguette and then looks at Jean-Pierre and says, she bares her teeth a little bit. And this is, well, we did have a deal. That compass that doesn't work. You say it works?
GP will show the compass pointing northwest to the captain.
She pulls out her own compass, says, here's a little bit collywobble.
You see, this is a magical compass. It points in the place that I wanted to. And the place I wanted to point right now is the island that we're going to. Do you know where the island is? Do you have a map?
Nobody has a map. It's an island that don't exist.
Well, then you should trust this magical compass that you are hired to follow, huh?
She kind of looks at the compass and looks at you. Baguette, what are you doing right now?
I'm you know that Nathan Fillion image where he's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, she's kind of been doing that a little bit. Like, actually, Captain, it is a unique compass. It doesn't work the way others do. And he and I've both tried it, and it indeed is pointing in that direction. We would be very grateful if you would steer us that way. The sooner we get to our destination, the sooner we'll be out of here.
See, let me, I will give you an example. See, I am going to think of the captain of this ship that I am very thankful for ferrying us to this mysterious island. And Jean-Pierre is secretly thinking about this fucking cat that is really a piece of shit and is only looking out for herself. And it just points at the captain.
Are you actually thinking of the captain?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, are your thoughts clouded and you are annoyed?
No, I'm actually thinking of the
Okay.
captain. I mean,
Okay.
it's with all of GP's
Yes.
flavor.
Then it will go to her.
See? Thinking of this captain of this ship that I am very thankful to. And then I'm going to think of this island that we're going to.
And it does that shaky, sparky thing where it
Mhm.
kind of hurts her hand a little bit. She goes, bargain nobles. And kind of spits on the ground and goes, fine. And starts to, tells the navigator to steer the ship that way.
Thank you so much. And just kind of looked to JP like, oh, thank goodness. Now we're done with that. Okay.
And Jean-Pierre will bow in the most pompous way and turn around and catch up with Baguette. You know, I have a feeling you do not like me.
I have a different way of understanding the world than you do. So I'm doing my best to understand things from your perspective.
Does that make sense? Very well. And Jean-Pierre will trot off to go and climb up one of the masts.
Okay. All right.
You are greeted, as ever, by Scraffles up there. Looking
Hi,
much worse for wear.
Can you even see anything up here, my friend?
Not really, no.
Then why are you up here?
It's my job.
Well, if you can do your job from up here, why are you up here?
It's
You know-
comfy.
Jean-Pierre points down at the lantern. There's a magical lantern that is clearing some of this fog so you can actually see. And you can do your job.
He looks down and I see. Do you see what's ahead? And he points a kind of soaked wing outwards. To
I'll
where
look
the
what's ahead.
lantern is dividing the fog.
Oh, I'll look. Should I roll perception or something?
Yeah, do it. Roll me a
Oh,
notice check, please. See if you have owl eyes.
That is an 18.
Yes, you can see as well as an owl in the daytime.
Oh.
So you see the fog is being divided, as you saw from below.
Mm-hmm.
But that up ahead and at the edge of where the fog is divided, it's not just fog anymore. It's storm clouds. And they seem to be moving closer. And with the 18, I'll tell you that the storm clouds seem most severe right at the edges of where the lantern is pushing them, almost as if the pushed fog is kind of creating this buildup of weather energy.
Very well, mon ami. I have to go get a friend of mine, and good luck. And Jean-Pierre will do like an arrow flip, not cutting through the sail, but like sliding down the rope, and just be like, Ursa, Ursa. It's the thing we went to the museum for. We need the scrolls, Ursa.
there goes all of her quietude right there.
The mental picture is killing me. Just letting down screaming.
Just that sound you made.
Oh.
And it all just ends up with Jean-Pierre just...
The door opens.
Bonjour, sir. How are you?
I was having the most delightful dream. I was dry and eating fresh kippers off of deliciously crisp crackers and sharing my food with all of these unfortunate individuals who were not allowed to come into the restaurant. I purchased it. It was a whole beautiful dream. And then in the back of my head, I heard this caterwauling, this calling of my name. And it just kept getting closer and closer and closer. And I woke up and here you are.
Well, it sounds like a very lovely dream. You must forgive me for interrupting it. But I have two things to tell you. One is that this compass not only points to the magical island, but also points you to the things that you are thinking about. So that's really fascinating. The other one is that we're running into a storm. You know, the one we went to the museum about.
So we've been in bad weather for the last few days. You're saying there's a storm approaching, or we approaching the storm?
Both. I think we're also causing this storm with the magic lantern. This is allowing us to see where we're going. But
do you think the lantern is doing something to disturb the natural order of things?
Wait.
But without the lantern, we couldn't actually see through the fog and would end up in the pile of plastic boats and all of... Of course, that's what's happening. Please go gather the others.
But this is why we got those scrolls and went through all the shit at the museum. So we are prepared.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Did you remember to eat today?
Of course. Always remember to eat.
All right.
Ursa.
Yes.
Thank you.
Save the thank yous for when it really matters. There's certain things you just do for people.
It does.
Do not make me get emotional when I have to go put on plastic.
Very well. And then Jean-Pierre will go down through all the rooms and be like, get up, you fucking bastards. We have a storm to handle. And go on, knock on everyone's door and go to the galley and be like, Grimley, Vincent said that the lantern was fine, but there's a storm coming, so let's go.
Oh, shouldn't we stay down here?
Stop eating. Let's go help Ursa with the magic. Let's go.
Sorry, there's too many. Now I feel bad.
That is your own doing. But, you should save them for later or let other people know you're eating so they can eat them with you, no? Huh.
Did you eat today? Do you want some?
I ate today, yes. But
Okay.
I'll eat one later.
I'm just going to follow him out.
And as you approach Mr. Tibble's room, you hear a really off-key rendition of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, muffled.
Monsieur Tibbles, you should get your singing practice in later. There's a storm coming in, and I was told to get everybody. So,
okay. Should I put my armor back on?
do you like to float in the water? No, you should not put your armor back on. If you put your armor on, you fall in the water, you sink, and you die. We do not want that, so just come upstairs. Thank you.
All right. Starts putting plaster on.
And we'll go to Vincent's door. Vincent, mon ami, I know we just had our little tete-a-tete about poking bears, but there's a magical storm that is coming up the way, and we will need your help with magic.
As JP is talking, the door opens. We can hear you screaming all across the ship.
Oh, well, I came to give you more details and specifically get you. So,
thank you.
You're welcome. I'll see you up on the deck. Baguette is on the deck, and that is all that matters. And we'll go up to the top of the deck.
Vincent just... Come, Major. Just hood up. Walks out.
So
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go.
I was going to say, on the deck, it's a little bit hard to see what Jean-Pierre had seen from the owl's nest. You can see that out, like further out, 150 feet, it is darker. And in the distance on the sides, like this basically makes a 150-foot cube of light, if we're going to be like that way. You can see that out on the sides, you see some lightning striking. But because of the fog, it's hard to tell. You can see that it's starting to get darker. And everybody's wearing plastic, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
If
I'm
there's a storm
not.
coming back, I want to put it on.
Put your plastic on.
You just pulled it out of the kitchen. I'm not in plastic.
Okay.
If you come up, if he
Picture
comes up
Eartha
without
actually doing
plastic,
that.
she's going to say, Grimley,
Yeah, yes.
please go put back on the plastic.
But I just finished eating. It feels weird.
Everybody give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh,
If
yeah,
you're
because
wearing-
I'm so good at those.
Yeah.
What were you saying? If you're wearing plastic or something?
I changed what I was going to say. I'm going to do something with the damage instead of advantage.
Okay. Cool.
It's a net 20.
Oh, well, you
One.
are just...
17.
Okay.
Well, I rolled an 8, but I have a +7. So
No!
The yin to your yang, Cameron.
Oh, no. Okay.
Hold on. What does that even mean? Yo, you lying. Oh my God.
What is happening?
Okay, I got a 13.
Okay.
Excellent.
Major rolled a 4, which means that's a -1.
Oh, Major.
He has a -5 to strength and constitution.
Well, he's a ghost.
Yeah.
Is Major resistant or immune to acid damage?
He doesn't say anything like that.
Okay.
Good news,
To be
guys. I
fair-
didn't roll the worst.
Well, to be fair, I love Pugmire a lot, but the avatar can be a little more fleshed out.
Yeah.
But it does have a lot of things, so no immunities or resistances.
Okay.
I got a. So. Oh crap! This over 20.
Okay.
She's got so much dog fur.
Perfect.
Baguette, what did you get?
17.
17. Jean-Pierre, you got a nat 20. Vincent, 13. Tibbles,
That one.
nat 1. That's what I thought. Okay. And Grimly?
Grimly got a 15.
Grimly got a 15. Okay. So Grimly is not wearing plastic, correct?
Nope.
Okay. So you met your save, but you do take 5 acid damage. And
Oh no.
the other two, Tibbles and Vincent, take 4.
And Major.
Oh, yeah, and Major. Major is not wearing plastic because he's
Major
a ghost.
is a ghost, so I don't know if that even counts.
So Major takes 12 acid damage.
Oh.
How does that even work for a ghost? A ghost can't wear plastic.
I know.
You said 12, 20.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I just decided, so it's a thing where you would roll 2d8, but if you were wearing plastic, I rolled 2d4. And
No,
if
I'm
you
with
made
it.
the save, I was rolling, so there.
He does not like that. You see him like kind of just huddle inside my cloak.
And
Aw.
everyone else who made the save takes 2 acid damage, except Jean-Pierre, who got a nat 20, so you take none.
How much damage did Mr. Tibbles take?
4.
Only 4.
Okay.
Holy fuck.
Oh, I still feel bad. He's so little.
No, it's because the plastic was set up so he was wearing armor underneath it, so it was a little loose.
Right.
So he just has to adjust. It's fine.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
So you see all of the crew kind of running for cover. Some of them seem to be kind of like used to this. The lizards don't really seem to mind so much. Some of them have tough hides. You see the turtles are like kind of whatever about this whole thing. But the cats and the dogs and the birds and the crew are kind of getting in their like plastic and rubber gear or just going downstairs into the hold.
Good.
Okay.
Do we see JP's friend come down from the crow's nest?
Scraffles?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scraffles flies really haphazardly. Like, the birds are struggling to fly in this mist. And he is weighted down and does kind of a fly, fall, tumble thing.
Oh.
And doesn't really seem to care that much about the acid damage. He is very interested in the lantern.
I'm just gonna say, is the acid damage is from like wind in the rain blowing water in her face, right?
Yep.
All right. But when it hits Grimly, he's just still standing there, like blinking really fast. His fur is sizzling a little bit, but he's like, "Okay, maybe I should get the plastic."
Yeah.
But did you think you would not wear anything and you would be fine? Have you seen the captain? How shitty her hair looks? Are you kidding me?
I wasn't expecting to be outside without it.
I told you there was a storm.
But
And
I
you
was
just
eating. I'm gonna go get my plastic.
No, I'm not even going to yell after him. I'm just going to go. Can we do this magic to stop the storm before the owl tips over the lantern or shuts it off and we can't see where the fuck we're going and we crash and die? Huh?
All right, I need you to very quickly explain to me. Have we used the compass yet?
Oui.
Do we know which
Yes.
direction we're headed on?
Oui.
Is the boat
Yes,
going in
we're
that
heading in the
direction?
right direction.
Oui.
Yes.
She's gonna take
Um,
a very deep breath, and she's going to
Baguette will
walk.
cast Bless on you, by the way.
Wonderful. So when she shared the scrolls with you, Baguette, she shared the one that's for gust of wind, and she shared the one
Mhm.
that was for water walking.
Water walking.
But what she did not share was
Okay.
the third one. because it was
Okay.
that experimental one that she's been studying and reading and trying to, decipher and basically splice into minister as she's been resting
Right.
the salt sorcery.
Vincent knows about the score, right?
He knows there was a third one.
Yeah, I was trying to remember
Yeah.
if he knew what it could be. Like, I remember we talked about it. I don't know if that was out of character.
She's not shared it with anybody.
Okay. I know he was at the museum when the stuff was there.
Right.
I just didn't remember if he knew what happened. Cool. Then, yeah, so what is his plan?
What I am hoping happens is when the sky is clear, someone needs to be prepared to cast water walking so that we can get from here to where we need to go before we turn off the lantern. If
Wait,
we're
are
not
you-
close
No problem.
enough, if we are not close enough, this is not going to work.
Wait, are you saying we are at this island already?
They say you find the island in a place that you don't really want to find the island because it's not on any map. We have gone way off the map. I've been in there looking at maps. There's nothing familiar. There's a storm, they mentioned. They mentioned there'll be lots of debris. Did you see up there any debris, any plastic ships, anything like that?
Did I see that?
It was hard to see because of the fog. But
Okay.
Were you looking ahead when Scraffles pointed out what was straight ahead? Were you just
Yes.
looking at the storm, or were you looking at the part with the light?
I was looking at the part that we could see because
Okay.
I had no idea what he was pointing at in general.
Cool. Then, under the water, which is oddly clear in front of the light, like it's been pretty dark blue up at this point, revealed by the lantern, this water is almost... I said this... Did I say water? Revealed by the lantern, this water is almost crystal clear, just with a faint blue.
Mm-hmm.
You can see sunken boats.
Wait, there is debris.
Okay.
What can we see now?
Well,
In front of the lantern, you see sunken ships, some of them starting to rise up from the water. In almost what off in the distance, 150 feet away, in almost darkness, you see what looks like a massive tower. And you see these ships, or a tower or a mountain, it's hard to tell at this angle. And pressing in closer to you on this cube is darkness and lightning. And swirling around you is wind and increasing fog and dark. And the lightning is coming closer to the ship.
I think that might be it.
well, when I cast Water Walk, it can last up to an hour. So, however much time it takes us to make that walk, I think we'll be okay. I can always cast it a second time.
Very
I'm gonna
good.
go put my armor on.
Wait,
and I
go
go run
put-
downstairs.
Yeah.
You've got 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, we leave.
I think it only takes
Captain!
5 minutes to put on heavy armor.
Grimly, go help Monsieur Tibbles while I go talk to the captain.
Help him put on his armor?
We have 5 minutes. Did you not hear Ursa? Go!
I just got back up here. He's like wearing the full rubber suit. Like, squeak back down to.
And Jean-Pierre goes to the captain. So, a little bit of an update. We are sailing into a storm, but it is where we're exactly going to go. We're going to hop off the boat in a moment, and go onto this island because we are almost there. And then we're going to do our thing and then get back on the boat. So you may want to drop your anchor. Good luck with the storm.
She says, we're not dropping anchor in a storm for you. Our mission was to get you to the island, not get you back. I've got a crew to worry about. There's acid rain.
Okay, hold up, fam.
He had a hope. I know y'all saw that switch. That was a moment.
Jean-Pierre, in that moment, is going to slowly turn and meet eyes with Eartha. And I'm assuming that was said loud enough so that we could all hear.
The wind is howling at this point, but if you were all staying pretty clumped together, you could hear that.
Yeah.
Grimly and Mr. Tibbles cannot hear that.
Yeah.
No. Jean-Pierre meets eyes with Eartha and then makes a hand sign from when they were kittens.
Okay.
That basically it was the hand sign that these guards aren't going away. It's time to get bloody.
She's gonna hold up a finger. Take a few steps forward and look at the captain. How on earth are you going to return anywhere safely without knowing how to get back?
Well, as soon as we get out of this storm and drop you lot off, I can follow the seas. We can head back. I've got a bloody compass. I'm not trying to find this island that doesn't exist.
You've never been here before, have you?
No.
Do you know anyone who's ever been here and returned?
No, which is why I'm happy to drop you lot off.
When we leave and we take the lantern, the storm will calm.
And you're sure about that?
I'm just
Fluffy
as
kitty.
sure. Eh? I want to make something very clear. I respect you because you've worked your way up the ranks to be a captain. I respect all the people on this boat, and I would hate to leave them without straight leadership. Because again, I respect you. But the people who are on this boat, in my group, are family. They are my crew. Now, if you were in my position, what would you do?
I just want to note that when you say we're family, Vincent's eyebrow that's very non-existent because all black.
Just imagine Vincent's tail does the tiniest wag.
The tiniest twig, yeah.
And she's going to use thaumaturgy, so she's heard very clear throughout all the howling and so on.
She kind of eyes you. All right. You've got your family and I've got mine. But I'm not staying in this storm. If you leave and the storm stays, we're out of here. I can wait around a few days on the edge of the storm.
I'll take it, but if we don't find you, we will find you. And then my associate there, you know how things work in the monarchies. I forgot to introduce myself.
Sorry, go ahead.
I am Miss Eartha Kitty. And I am, how would I say? And she's going to whisper the name of a high-ranking minister in the House Siberian.
Mm-hmm.
We don't easily forgive.
While they were talking, and Eartha said the right word to say. Vincent immediately stared at the captain as she's talking. Is he being truthful? Is she going to actually stay?
Do you want to give me an insight check?
I surely do.
Or a sense motive?
I'm
just doing all the wrong checks today. Don't watch this game to learn how to play because I fail.
With the crit, that's a 26.
Yeah, it seems like she, you get that she's not lying. She cares about her crew. She wants to keep them safe. She knows the storm is not safe. She does not like Jean-Pierre. Doesn't really care if he lives or dies, but she respects Eartha.
Okay. Vincent is going to take a cue, in a way, step forward, and as he steps, it actually looks like he has to step on the air as he casts Fly, very subtly, and he's just walking up to her and where they are. I don't need to repeat anything that they have said or they feel. I do not know how JP feels. We have a job to do, and we expect this to be here when we're done. Please don't anger those who come before us. I don't know everything that Eartha can do, but it is miraculous. If you look down, you see a cat who could probably chop your face off in 2.5 seconds. You see a dog who could rip your face off in 2.5 seconds. And you see a corgi who could bless your face off in 2.5 seconds. And then you have me. That's all I'll say on that one. We just want safe passage here and back. We don't want bloodshed. Most of us, at least, as he looks at JP. We respect you. Please respect us.
She gives you a nod and says, and you respect that Captain looks out for our crew, and this weather is impossible. If you get off my boat, go find that island. This weather lets up, I'll give you 3 days. But from what I've heard, nobody comes back from that island.
But thankfully, we have a shepherd, a minister, and an oracle who can make sure this storm goes away.
3 sunsets. Do we have a deal?
I don't look at her. I just turn to JP, and it's an eye of I don't know, because he has a very high perception. He saw something, but he doesn't know catch it. But he does just look and. And it's a soft smile.
JP winks at Vincent.
We have a deal. And he'll just literally... Actually, what he'll do, if JP wants, is hold out his hand to JP to guide him off the top.
As in like carry JP? Oh, hell yeah.
He'll fly down.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yes.
Yeah.
Peter Pan me out of here, motherfucker. Are you kidding me? Yes.
Yeah, and once they get to the ground, you're the minister. If you know how to command the storm.
She's going to take a few steps. She's going to walk out towards the front of the boat. And she wants to make sure, double check, triple check that we're faced in the right direction. And she says, no, this is going to have to happen in quick succession. Yeah. Once we do this, we need someone to get probably the 2 strongest to get the lantern down. We can't leave it out and doing its foggy freakery. So, and she looks to Baguette. I appreciate the blessing you have bestowed upon me. She looks to Vincent. And I know you are someone who will take care of people, regardless. She looks at JP and says, I'm about to do something I've never done before. And that's all she says as she is going to attempt. Where did that spell go? With the scroll that she has been studying for the last few days.
While you're readying that, Baguette will just kind of make sure that everybody's within and close enough range. So as soon as you're done, she can cast Water Walk before people go off to get the lantern. There's got to be within a certain proximity to her. So.
And by this point, Grimley and Tibbles, you are after that conversation. I would say 5 minutes has passed.
It's like get in here.
Tibbles has notably a sandwich in his mouth. He found one of the ones as he was running by the room.
Get everybody in the van. Go ahead.
JP,
Yeah.
after Eartha says that to him, just goes up and gets down onto his knees and like fixes her shoes and like makes sure they're tied, and slips a knife into her boot. You know, you never let them take your life.
And she is going to, you see that faint musical note energy swirl around her. I don't know how this is going to work with the scroll, but I'm thinking she's trying to utilize her knowledge of her minister and the music and stuff and use that coloration to try to get this to work. So what do I need to roll?
So you are using your minister skill to cast this. So that you use wisdom for that, right?
I think I use charisma.
Oh yeah, you do, because shepherds use wisdom.
Mhm.
So you give me a percentile die roll.
Will being blessed add anything to this?
She was already blessed.
Fair. I said blessed. No, I was saying that.
Hashtag
because-
blessed.
Yeah.
Okay. 31.
Okay. And now give me just a casting roll.
That's where the bless might help.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 16 plus 3. That's a 19 plus 4. It's a 23. Does my proficiency bonus go into this or no?
You are not proficient in the spell, but you
No.
are proficient in your casting. So I'll say half.
Fair enough.
Okay, 25.
Okay. So, what does it look like as you are casting this scroll?
You see her, like I said, she's tapping into what's familiar first, and she
Mhm.
starts out with the soft. Memory, all alone in the moonlight, I can smile, happy your days. And then as she's singing and the notes are swirling, it slightly changes as she's don't know why there's no sun up in the sky, stormy weather since we started on this adventure. Keeps on raining all the time.
Yeah.
And as she's singing, she's just raising her hands and trying to manipulate, massage the musical energy towards at least dissipating and casting what you said to me was Scroll of Clear Skies.
Ooh.
Yeah. So as you cast this new marked untested spell, it takes you a few seconds to manipulate it. And when you start to change into the clear skies portion, it starts to falter. You can see the notes pushing up against this intense fog. And for a moment, it seems like it might all collapse. When suddenly the power of your voice pushes the fog back and you see sunlight for the first time in weeks, streaming down, illuminating your musical notes in a radius of 300 feet.
Woo! Woo! Come on now.
And then, is this concentration?
Yes.
Yes. So she nods, she takes a deep breath. She looks tired. Like this is a lot. She looks exhausted. She eyes just shimmering in that way they do when cats get reflection, but it just seems to be staying in that mode as she nods. All right, I hope everyone is ready to go.
Okay. And Baguette will ready her holy symbol, and she will say, quietly the words, defend your home, and she will cast Water Walk on all of us.
All right. Vincent, are you still flying?
No, Vincent's coming.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as people are within 30 feet, that's fine.
Okay.
Did they grab the lantern?
I was about to ask, do you take the lantern with you?
Yes. Yep. Jean-Pierre makes sure that Grimly and Mr. Tobbles pick it up and carry it.
So
You're muted.
I'm muted.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So stepping off the boat, holding this lantern in this clear sky section, you can see as you take a few steps, you've seen like Baguette and Vincent walk on the water before with their Jesus Judas moment. But now the rest of you see with the lantern, the water is clear only where the lantern casts light. It's dark behind you. You can still see like the way the sunshine looks on the ocean. But beneath you, you see schools of fish swimming and so many wrecked ships. As you keep walking, these ships pile up and pile up. And if you look behind you, you can see the storm start to dissipate. And for the first time in ages, you feel a cool, non-humid breeze. Up ahead, these boats start piling on each other to form a plastic island, at the center of which is a massive tower composed of broken, shattered boats and masts. You see off in the distance, in the sunlight, two smaller islands that are also made of brightly colored plastic. But only one has this massive tower.
Really quickly, island we're going to is made of plastic and all that stuff. There's a tower in the center of it. In the distance, we see two other islands. They do not have towers, though.
They do not have towers.
Thank you.
And you can see as you get closer, these islands are large. Much bigger than the boat.
Wow.
Well, looks like all these idiots were unprepared.
Indeed.
So,
You said
Island.
you said it's light outside?
I mean, Eartha has literally made the sun come up.
Fair. I was make sure it was actually still daytime.
It is still daytime, yes.
so now that we are here, what are we doing?
We know the unseen.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, that's a great place to end the episode, actually.
Yeah. It's like we
Agreed.
walk towards an island.
So I'm going to say that's where we end tonight's episode of Paws and Claws. Jean-Pierre wondering what we're doing. As you walk towards a massive, mystical island in the middle of the acid sea. So thank you so much to everyone for joining us. I'm Jess. You can please support our Patreon. I've dropped it in the thing. It's right there, Paws and Claws RPG. But you can find me on Twitter. It says it under my name. And if you like cats, boy, do I have a DM's Guild supplement coming for you pretty
Nice.
soon. So keep your eyes open for that. And let's meet our wonderful dogs and cats, starting with Vincent.
What? I'm normally last. Hi.
I know, I'm going backwards.
I was not expecting that. Hi, Critical Bard here. Critical Bard across all social media channels except Twitch, because Twitch doesn't like me, so add an underscore at the end. I am your wonderful, mysterious Oracle Vincent Jekyll with Major at his side. You can catch me all over the place on the Twitters and things, creating music and creating content on DM's Guild and all these things. But the thing I really want to talk about, other than the fact that I am guesting one more time on D4, which is twitch.tv/rockpunchatl, also on the D&D Twitch channel on Sunday at time 7 CST 7 CST, I believe. Probably wrong about that. I'll make sure that's correct in the chat. But what I really want to shout out is the fact that I am finally going to be DMing a campaign myself on my Twitch channel, again, criticalbard_, with Cameron Blair as one of the players and some other people in the community. I'm very excited. It is a Wildmouth campaign. It's technically a Darrington Brigade campaign, but we will see more about that. That's starting on June 8th at 7 CST, again, on my channel. More information coming soon. So excited. Thank you for always letting me come and join at this table. I love playing with everyone and hope the rest of your week as well. That's me. Bye.
Awesome. Jean-Pierre, who are you? Where can we find you?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name's Cameron Blair. You can find me at the Twitter handle below my face right now, at CamB_32, where you can find my DM's Guild content, the other shows I'm a part of, my political opinions, my opinions on a lot of other bullshit, like hashtag Fire Mike Merles. Fuck yeah, I'm in CB's first DM campaign. You can go there June 8th and watch me play as Soul Ripper, the best. That's all you need to know. But yeah, you can also check out CameronBlair.org. That has all of my stuff there. Thanks so much.
Mr. Tibbles, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hello, I am Alan Engelson. I play Mr. Tibbles, and you can't really find me anywhere. I do not really have social media anymore, and I just like playing games, and usually I'm in the background playtesting them.
Grimly Greyhound, who are you? Where can we find you?
Mr. Tibbles is an enigma. You can find him nowhere. Hi, I'm Alan C. Johnson. You can find me at Narlo Jenkins on Twitter for all my fun stuff that I do. I'm a writer for the DM's Guild and player of other games. And honestly, that just broke my brain. I'm done. Thank you for watching.
Peggy Corgi, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hello, everyone. I am Lynn, and like many others here, I write stuff for DM's Guild and Drive Through RPG. Tomorrow, if you want to see me be a non-doggo cleric, you can come and find me in my Wildmount campaign over on Featherfall Tabletop, where I am a lovely half-elf cleric of the Wild Mother. Not Wild Mother, I want to say Wild Mother, Moonweaver. I need more coffee. And on Thursday, I will be chatting with a bunch of wonderful folks on Tales from the Tavern over on the How I Nerd channel. So that'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern. So come and drop by and say hi as we geek out about stuff. That's it.
Eartha Kitty, who are you? Where can we find you?
I am Honey, aka Honey and Dice. You can find me on Twitter at Honey and Dice, and you can find me on Instagram at Honey and Dice. But there's no pictures there. I just didn't want anyone else to take the name. I am basically everyone's biggest cheerleader. I play games, run games, and support people creating and making games and safe places for others. I have a new podcast called Tea with Honey. And I've hopefully have some more interviews coming up in June that I can publish. But outside of that, I just want everyone to remember to love your you. And if that's hard today or you're having a rough time, remember that I love you.
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We love you.
Wait. She didn't say that she's the creator of the Embrace Initiative. You know, that's the thing about supporting new DMs and how to DM and other stuff because Honey is a fantastic DM. Okay, bye.
She is, and also change your passwords because it's important right now. Honey wants you to be safe online. Stay tuned for Technocracy. It's going to be great. And we love you so much, and we will see you next week. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Farewell.
Bye.